Good morning, guys. How you doing, Gavin? Mike? Mr. Hugs in the house? Squatch? How's everyone doing today? So, I'm still waiting for my rotary cutters to come in. They should arrive today. But this one has gotten to the point where it's a little stinky. It's not cutting the way it should. I'm always getting those little pieces that attach everything. But in a pinch, this is what you can do. Just go around a couple of times, rub it on a nice leather strop, get it all going. Hey Farhan, how you doing? If somebody can give me a shout out down at the bottom, let me know if the audio and the visual is good. And the visual will only get so good with my ugly mug on it, but just want to make sure that the audio is good. Morning, Rob. The pigeons are loose, my friend. Loud and clear. Perfect. So just to show you what I got going on here, this is a little metal strop that I made off of a old piece of flooring. I believe it was oak. Is this one flooring? Might not be flooring, this one. I might have just used a piece of plywood for this one. But I attached a couple pieces of leather to it, put some stropping compound on there, and believe it or not, I'm that kind of psycho. I bring this thing everywhere I go. In my backpack at work every single day. I've got this, my CC4, and a couple of things. A lot of the guys we bought mechanics are some little pocket knives, basically to use for cutting hose and opening up boxes and all kinds of stuff that they may or may not need. We had found that we had too many injuries with those X-Acto knives, of the blades breaking and people getting poked with them and all that stuff. And pocket knives seem to be a little bit more. Oh yeah, that's better. See if we can get some hair popping on this thing. Not quite, but it should be definitely better than what it was before. So that's basically what I do when it gets when the wheel gets a little bit low. I'll usually bring it back to life once or twice before I change it, and it comes out pretty decent. I mean, I really can't complain. And sometimes when you're cutting things like rubber elastic, it's not really that much of an issue. But when you cut into fibrous cord like this, I highly recommend using your scissors for those, because it will dull your blade out. And if there's any kind of weird imperfections in there, like a little piece of stone or rock or dust or something like that, it will put a flat spot in your blade, which causes you to have those little sticky spots in between. Let's see if we did a half decent job on this. I'm going to need my 18 to 12 for this one. Oh, yeah, I remember. Back when I first started buying templates, I really had no idea how elongation worked, and I ended up buying them with the shortest length on there at 150, which is way too long for most elastics, unless you're shooting something that's like a 5 for 5.5 elongation, then you're okay. But I usually go for 130 at the smallest now, and I work my way up to like 150 or 160 for the longer end, and that way I'm covered all the way around. Let's see how this thing's going to cut now. See? Look at that. It's like a brand new wheel at this point. Now, you may be wondering why I had it pushed over to one side. Well, I'm going to be doing a video where I need some thin cut bands. See, this one's probably a little bit smaller now. Yeah, we're just going to discard this one. And that's part of the problem. Let's see how that looks on there. Oh yeah, that's going to do just fine. So that's kind of the problem with this guy versus this guy. So is this the one? Yeah. So I don't know if you guys could see it or not, but my smallest size down there is 130. My longest is 170. And 150 is in the center, which is how they should be doing them. But when I ordered off of slingshooting.com for this one, I asked for one. Oh no, it was 170. I asked for the other one. Well, this is where I screwed up. So they gave me two below and two behind. So the 150 would have been perfect in the center, and the rest of it would have been fine. But anyway, just something to note. If you're shooting elastic that's in between, in that 150 range or 130 range or whatever it is, the range you happen to be shooting at, you're going to want to find the middle, and hopefully they do 2 lines down and 2 lines up, and that'll cover most of your bases for just about all your sling shooting. All right, we need a decent pouch. This will do. So how's everybody doing? T-Rex, buddy, I got your video in my watch later file, but I saw the thumbnail and that frame is beautiful. Hey, Ethan, what's going on, buddy? Lone Wolf, how you doing, bud? Sam, what's going on, bud? Hillbilly Slings and Wares is in the house. How you doing, buddy? Why am I? Oh my God, poor guy. The first thing you're gonna have to take a look at is this ugly mug. I apologize, Hillbilly. Faust, how's it going? Mr. Squatch. So for those of you who joined the live, I think it was on Thursday, maybe Friday. I can't remember what day it was, where I put together that a Texas Star. The man, hold on a second. My check engine light just came on. Not enough coffee yet. What else we got in here? Yep. Hey, Adam, how's it going, buddy? What time you got over there? Zach Slingshots, how you doing, bud? Yeah, I was really hoping to get out and shoot some videos today, which I think I still might after this live. We'll see, but it's actually quite cold outside. Yesterday, I was on my way into Montreal to do a hot sauce sale, and woke up in the morning, and a good four 4 or 5 centimeters of snow had fallen throughout the night, and we had a weather warning for extremely slippery conditions. And a total of 10 centimeters of snow. So if anybody knows what 10 centimeters looks like, it's about that much snow. So you're looking at close to 4 inches. In and around 4 inches of snow came down. And anyway, the temperatures dropped quite a bit, so it became extremely slippery. So I ended up spending from 10 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock over there at the sale, packed everything up, drove my buddy home, and then came home where I ended up arriving home at around 6:15, 6:20 because the roads were so bad. And anyway, here we are. Spent my day eating trash, sandwiches from Tim Hortons and all that kind of stuff. And now the brain doesn't seem to be working so good. That garbage really affects me. I'm very much a meat and veg kind of guy, and even the veg is on the low end. And when I'm eating those kind of foods, my brain's firing on all cylinders real nice. When I eat that breads and pastas and all that shit, I get a little bit slow. Slightly impaired, I guess you could say. I might be able to get one more constrictor knot out of that one. We'll save that one for a rainy day. Yeah, it's somewhere around -10, -8, -10 here today. And I wanted to go shoot a video. It was kind of weird. Sometimes I get these questions that kind of pop up out of nowhere, and after a couple of a couple of days, all of a sudden, I don't hear anybody asking the same question, and then all of a sudden, boom, I get the same question 3 times by 3 different people. I don't know if it's just them, asking questions. I don't know if it's just them asking questions, and they see that and like, ooh, maybe I'd like to hear that too. But I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. But so basically, if you want a sneak peek into what's coming up, we're going to be shooting the Companion. Now, the Companion, as you guys know, has 25 millimeter fork tips. And what we're going to be doing is putting on some 18 millimeter bands on there. So we should have a decent size gap or extra space on the fork tips. And we're going to be doing some shooting with the bands in different positions once I get good and warmed up. And then we're going to see what happens to your ammo as you move the bands back, forward, and middle. And we'll see what happens when we hit a paper target, where exactly the ammo lands. Now, I know the answer to this already. And I know when I explain it, sometimes some people get, they understand and they see it. But I think it'll be cool to actually see what goes on and what happens when we're shooting on paper, so you can actually see where the ammo is going to land. It might be kind of interesting to see, at least for a lot of those people who are just starting up. Lucas from Patagonia, Argentina. How's it going, buddy? Joined you here. Learned a lot from you. Big fan. Hey, thanks. I appreciate that, man. IBTN, what's going on? 73 degrees here at the moment. 73 degrees. Oh, wow. Yeah. So Andy writes here, yeah, I have all my political crap on that one. that watch late and forget to swap. I think I should probably do the same thing because every time I mention the T word or start talking about all these things, my videos are getting demonetized. It's happened a few times now, and one of them, I'm not even sure it had anything to do with me. Somebody was posting the T word 2024. I don't want to say it, and sure enough, boom, demonetized. And it sucked because in the couple of hours that I had made the request to, to have it checked. I got like 2,000 views on that video, and sure enough, I lost all the revenue from that, which kind of sucks. No ads, no revenue, and that's that. Huh. Interesting, eh? Interesting. Stelenia, how you doing, buddy? Sunday Church of Pastor Mark. How you doing, buddy? Hey, LZ, how's it going, bud? Thanks for stopping in, even if it's just for a minute. TLC, so do I have a full-time job? Yes, I do. I have a full-time job, earning a living. Actually, I got a full-time job, kind of a part-time job, and YouTube. What's up, Jacob? Adam Down Under writes, Ethan and I were discussing how band placement on the forks affect the ammo path, so it'll be super interesting to see the vid when you post it up, Mark. Yeah, I know what the answer is already. I've been using that when I'm shooting wider frames. For example, where'd that big fella go? When I shoot this guy, has a 25 millimeter fork width also. And when I shoot this guy, I have found that if I'm shooting off the fork tip all the time, I shoot low, always, because of where my anchor is and the shape of my face and all that stuff. But if you have a look at the bands, how I have the band set up, see how they're in just a little bit? So I'm more like, I guess this guy, if I remember correctly, hold on, do it this way. Yeah, this guy's coming in at like 100 millimeters, which is way wide for me. Actually, I think it's 102 or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, it's like 102, 103. So really, if I was going to shoot this guy and shoot it properly, I would want to, giving away all my secrets right now, but I would want to move my bands in considerably, as much as I probably could. Let's say use like an 12 band taper with like a heavier band, like a 0.6, for example, and then bring in my band tip by 7 millimeters and do it on both sides. So while I'm all the way in this way, if I go 7 millimeters in to 7 millimeters in, let's say there to around there, then I'm around 90 millimeters, very, very close, give or take. And that will bring everything down. But when I'm aiming, this is where things get a little bit tricky. So instead of shooting off the fork tip up here, I pull this guy back and I shoot right off of where the band connects to the fork and it pulls back. You see that little section where I could see it from back here, and I always split my targets in half with the fork. See if I can get a good view. I'll split my target, say it's my nose. I'll split my nose in half and then aim with where the elastic comes off the tip of the fork. And I had found that actually works out pretty good for me. Briggsy. Well, I hope you do, TLC, and I hope you hit that like and subscribe button too. It'll be great. Basically, on my YouTube channel, I do a lot of slingshot stuff. Do some shooting, some fun stuff, a little bit of trick shots from time to time. A lot of instructional videos to get people up and shooting as good as possibly they can. I do a bunch of lives where I get to talk to my audience on a regular basis. I will give shout outs to new channels and try to build a community. That's what the good old ATO is about, I guess. Josh says, effectively narrowing and widening the frame, higher and lower hits. Exactly. And we're going to go ahead and do a video on that. Just what the difference is between wider and lower shots, wider and lower bands. And we'll see exactly what happens while we're shooting on a paper target. And I believe I got some of these, and we should get them in the ass. As far as I'm concerned, should be fun. Haven't shot the companion in a while, so I'll have to do a little bit of a warm up. Maybe we'll bust out this flipper and see if we can get a couple of consecutive hits on there to warm up first, and then we'll get into it. It's going to be fun. See, Brian says something interesting here. He says, I am to the outside of the forks works for me. Now, here's the thing. Really, your fork is just the thing that holds on to the bands. And your bands are going to want to be at a certain width for your anchor point. All that's got to work out. Now, I know I've talked about this quite a few times, that it's not really a good idea to change your anchor point depending on your fork width, because if you're constantly changing up and down, then you can get inconsistent anchor points, and it can cause you an issue with accuracy later on, or consistency, even more important. Some people could do it, and if you can, then don't even listen to this. But I shoot point on with a 90 millimeter fork width with my anchor point, which is my thumbnail on my cheekbone. So if I take these bands and I move them in, and I start shooting like that, and I shoot off the band, then it'll be somewhere around an 80 millimeter fork width, 83 or something. I should shoot very high with that if I shoot like this. If I put them into the center, less high. If I bring them right out to the outside, then I should shoot straight. So we're gonna see how it all works out on paper. And I'll show things, and I'll show it how it works out, and we'll see the deal of it. Hey, Amir, how you doing, buddy? Where am I from, Ryan? I'm from Canada. The person with 2 stars in the name is a bit too small. Maybe is that Jenna? Is that what it says there? Yeah. Okay. How you doing? Abdul, how you doing? My name is Mark. Yep, I've noticed that works for me too. The reference point at the top of the band. Yes, sir. Mark is one of the best at what he does. Hey, thanks, Texan. I appreciate that, buddy. You know, when I started out slingshot shooting, there was a lot of the bigger guys that were out there, like Gamekeeper John and a few others that were out there. They would do like slingshot tutorials, but I found they were a little bit on the simple side. Basically, they would say things like, this is how you shoot. You're going to point your frame at your target, hold it there, and then release. And it was just very, very basic. And there wasn't really an explanation why to do things. It's just, this is how you do it. And when I was starting out, I didn't know anybody who shot slingshots at all. I had no idea or whatever. And the tutorials that were out there, I found were lacking a little bit of information on why to do certain things, on why you should do certain things, and so on. So when I started doing slingshot videos, one of the things that I got, probably one of the best guys out there actually, was GZK back in the day for tutorials. He would explain things pretty good. But what I started to do is I would have a question of whatever it was, and I would take that information and try to test it out myself, and then see if I could figure out my issue. And then when I did, I would put together a video and try to show the effects of it. Like when I did that video for the release, or the fork width, or whatever. I didn't want to just tell you that, yes, if you go wider than what you normally shoot, it's going to be bigger. If you go smaller, it's going to, or lower. If it goes smaller, it's going to go higher. I wanted to actually show the proof. So that's why when I did those videos, I always set up that paper target, and I was always aiming directly at the center of the target, and you would see the difference on where the ammo landed in that respect. So not only are you getting a little bit of the info, but you're also getting to see it in action. And anyway, for me, I'm more of a visual guy than a talking guy. We can just chat all you want, but when I see it, I understand it. So that's why I started doing these tutorials and trying to put out good information for people to have some food for thought, and make sure everyone understands too that what works for me is not necessarily going to work for you. This is one of those really cool sports where, buying the best set of skis isn't going to make you ski faster. This is more of a fine tuning it to your preference on everything, which is kind of cool. And I mean, there's some aspect in that in other sports as well, but when it comes to sling shooting, it's a very personal setup and things anyway. Sis, slingshot in the house. How you doing, my sister? French fries. How's it going, buddy? Good to see you back. I have a quick question for you and the guys in the chat. At what distance do you guys start to lose accuracy? How small of a target do you use for longer distances? Well, IBTN or LBTN, I don't know which one it is, but basically what I do is when I'm out practicing from 10 meters, I shoot a 2.5 millimeter flipper or smaller if I can find one. And I did get sent one by the boys over at Omega Slings. I got this 1.5 millimeter flipper, this little leather fella. I hit that. That's what I aim at from 10 meters. From 20 meters, I usually set up, if I'm only practicing, what do we got here? I try to set up something this size. This is a 40 millimeter flipper. I miss this a lot from 20 meters. From a can, though, I'm pretty consistent. If I'm shooting a can at 20 meters, I'm pretty consistent. And in one of my lives, that one I did in that snowstorm with Rob, I backed up. Chuck and Steele asked me to back up to 20 meters and shoot that can, and I think I was pretty much hitting it 3 out of 4 times every time I shot, which was pretty nice from that distance. I was happy with that. But I do practice on a smaller flipper. So that whole thing with aim small, miss small, it's very important. When even at 10 meters, if I'm shooting at a larger target, I will shoot at that larger target because I'm just aiming at a can. For example, where'd that little leather can go? Anyway, here. Let's say, for example, I'm shooting at this. When I'm shooting at this for a little while, and then I switch down to something like this, I mean, look at the size difference, right? It takes me a while couple of shots sometimes to refocus my eye in to shooting this can. But even if you're shooting at a bigger target, you don't want to be aiming at this. You want to be aiming at that little dot right in the center. So that aim small, miss small, if I'm trying to hit that little dot in the center and I miss, I might miss over here or over here, but I'm still pretty close. If I'm aiming at this can, wherever I can hit that can, there's a big section I can miss. When you aim big, you end up missing big. That's the problem. So try to train yourself whenever you're shooting at whatever size to always pick something on that can, pick a spot, a tiny spot, and try to hit that spot. And you'll notice that when you're just shooting at cans all the time, or bigger targets, say flippers even this size, you may end up missing this guy from time to time. You're like, how the hell I missed that when I hit something like this 8 out of 10 times? It's because you're just focusing on the whole target. And it's almost like your brain tricks you into thinking it's going to be easy. Aim at the cross section of the knives or the swords, and you'll miss much less. You'll be putting them on there over and over and over again. So when I am shooting at 20 meters and I'm trying to practice at that distance, I may shoot at a 40 mil flipper and only hit it twice, 3 times out of 10. But I'm training myself over a longer distance to make sure that my alignment and everything is much, much straighter. Because if I'm off a tiny little bit at 10 meters, means I'm going to be off a lot by 20 meters. I have a bit of a rant. Apologize for that, but that's what I do. Missing is not a problem. If you don't see where your ammo is, that is a problem, and you're probably better putting up paper to see where your ammo is going to get a correction. Then switch to a flipper and then start shooting that. I'm sorry your quick question turned into a long answer. Is it 7 in the morning, Jessica Hudson? It's like 7:30, maybe 8 o'clock now. Yeah, almost 8 o'clock here. In my area. When I'm practicing accuracy, I use a 40 mil flipper at 10 meters. I'm currently anything from 25 to 65% accuracy, depending on the day. At 15 meters, I use a 60, and at 20 meters, I use an 80 for a can. Yeah, that's a good idea. But it's always good that if you find yourself putting multiple hits on there in a row, like you start stacking up 2 or 3 shots in a row from time to time, it's a good idea to drop it down and miss more, but train your eye to dial in. Try to dial it in a little better. It's me. Say my name, please. Just did. Now you have to hit that like button for me. Shades, how you doing, buddy? So I actually do the range. Gives me personally around 15 meters. Is it 7 in the morning? It is 8 in the morning in Canada on Eastern Standard Time. Probably if you're Central, it'll be 7 in the morning. Northeast Slingshots. How you doing, buddy? Down from upside down. Hi, I'm 4. If you can't. But yell first time, my TV is exactly tuned into your phone. Hey, that's awesome, Shade. So did you actually get a notification this time? Lone Wolf Catapults. Caddy Planker. 11:55 a.m. in the UK. That's why you're getting lots of us on. You know what, Lone Wolf? That's why I do these morning shoots. I get a great amount of love from the boys in the UK and from the USA. And I want to try to get everybody in at the same time. I know it's probably early for some of the US shooters, but I want to make sure we can get the UK guys in, around lunchtime or whatever it is for you guys. And from Iran, how you doing, buddy? Lone Wolf. Country you in? He's in the UK. So sure. 3,000 Bristol. Cool. Hello from Russia. How you doing? Much love for you guys. I hear you're going through a hard time. I saw on the news, well, not in the news, but on Instagram, because the news is full of shit. But that you guys had a tragic thing in Moscow. So I wish you guys the best. Yeah, LBTN. I don't know if you've ever checked out my. I don't know if you've ever checked out my my playlist for quick tips, but there definitely should be something in there good for you to check out. It'll help you out well and kind of work out some of the issues that you might be having. Yeah, nice try, Mr. Beast. Although Mr. Beast, being from Quebec, that's how a lot of people would be saying it here. Yeah. Did I get any new slingshots? When was the last time you were on, dude? I don't remember the last time I saw you. It's been a while though. What we got new? Well, I got this guy. I'm gonna have to put a band on this and shoot it just one time. And then this is gonna be a treasure that I hang on the wall. Absolutely love this guy. It's a Choya cactus, I think that's what it is, or I don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah, pretty damn cool. I also got my my Spitfire from the boys at Omega Slings. What else did I get new? I've got a new one coming from Omega Slings. It's what's called a Vinnick from Harley Davidson, and I've got a Koala coming, but still being made. Shade not your way too. 6 a.m. in Montana. I appreciate the dedication, brother. Got them trolls like a toilet seat. We're gonna have to get you a wrench, Hoggy. You want a wrench, buddy? It's been bad the last couple of days. The wind's been so trash. It's just like crazy. I've got Leighton Spitfire too, and you know what, dude? It's a really damn good slingshot. I actually got two of them. I got one of them in black and another green one somewhere. I think it's in my bedroom. I got a green one, and it shoots really, really nice. Hey, thanks for stopping in, Adam. Appreciate you, buddy. Have a good day. Have a good week next week, too. I was last on when you got the Hulk slingshot. By the way, did you put any bands on it? Yes, sir. I've done quite a bit of shooting with it. There's the Hulk slingshot right here. And I recently did a review on it not too long ago, a couple days ago. I think it was my last video that I released. Video that I released. It was a good one. I think my favorite spaghetti slinger should be dressed in blue. Boom. There you go. There you go, Hoggy. Deputy Hoggy. That's it. Laurette, how you doing? Yeah, we got that video up, set up, did some pretty good shooting with it. Actually, Mr. T-Rex. Little shout out to Mr. T-Rex. Look what I went and did. Yep. We're gonna be doing some sling shooting on some metal targets. I don't want to have any return to senders. And I got to do a review on the S Lizard that you guys requested on the last video. And I got it dressed up in some 0.4 sniper sling. Oh, that was really weird holding it in the other hand. I don't know how people do that. But got some 0.4 sniper sling set up on here. It should shoot these guys just fine. I did some a little bit of shooting with the 0.5, and it is way overbanded for that ammo. It's way too light. Yep. So we're going to be doing a little bit of clay shooting, inspired by Mr. T-Rex slings, and we'll see how it goes. I've got probably, I think it was 3,600 shots that came in, and we got them for $31 delivered, which wasn't so bad. I've seen the prices quite a bit higher. I will say this though, the quality of them is questionable. There's a bunch of different sizes and different shapes, and it's to be expected. I don't mind so much the different shapes, but they're supposed to be in between 9 and 10 millimeters. So anywhere in between there should be good. I shot a couple of them that were 1/4 inch. So we'll see how that goes. Raz Khan, where did my hair go? Well, after being bombarded by trolls too many times, I pulled it all out. Oh, you got it, Hoggy. You got a gold grill coming here. Does my hair have legs? Oh, buddy. You beat me to it. You beat me to it, T-Rex. I was just about to tell him to get walking. He's going to need his. Yeah, you know what, Billy Slings? They don't sell the Walmart ammo up here in Canada. We don't even get it. I was hoping to be able to find some, but yeah, we don't have it. And here's a fun note for you guys. My Walmart's been closed for about a month and a half now. You want to know why? Some dipshit teenager walked in and burnt the place down. Yep, lit the place on fire. So I have no Walmart near me. I got to go somewhere else to find a Walmart now, which is awesome. Yep. Thanks to just another dumbass out there trying to think he's cool. He probably did it for the gram, I bet you. Apparently all teens are idiots now. Yeah, I gotta see if I can get some up here. Maybe I can order it online. I should probably check online, see if I can order it. Hey, Ricky, I'm in your neck of the woods. In Ville Saint Laurent. Oh, very cool. I would love to shoot slingshots with someday. I only have about 20 or 30 of them. I go to a shooting range where they allow me. Where's the shooting range you go to, Ricky? I'm interested. Good morning, guys. What do you guys do up to this morning? cray teenager. Oh. Ooh. T-Rex, man, he's quick today. He's quick. I was trying to get him too. He beat him to it. It doesn't matter if it warms up or not. I'm going to be shooting at it. It's no big deal. Hope it warms up this afternoon. Hoggy, bang that seat down. What is the deal with these questions? Have you guys noticed it's the same thing all the time? Like somebody will come in, no, like the hair guy. Okay, he's at least he's original, but these name of cars for an edit thing, like these guys got to be bots. There's like 20 different people that pop up and ask for that. Well, what's the deal? Anybody got any ideas? What's that all? What's that all about? What's the question for? For what? Hey James, how you doing, man? Yeah, we got blasted, Mark. We got blasted with fresh snow yesterday. It's probably the same. Storm heading on down there. It was going from northeast to southwest, so it might be the same cell or whatever they call it. You know. I have a question. When am I going to shoot live? I've done a few live shoots. I did one with T-Rex. I've done one with Rob Cross, and I've done one for. I've done many on Andy Munn's challenges that he's had over there. I do quite a bit of live shooting. Just last week, I was on with Rob Cross. We did a live shoot, and I was in the middle of a snowstorm shooting at 20 meters at a can. It was a good time. At the Point Clear Rifle Club, they have a firearm air. The air is 10 meters. No way. They opened one up in Point Claire, eh? Interesting. Hey Ricky, you never head out to like Bois de Liesse or any areas like this and do some shooting there? Just walk around in the woods in there and just set up a couple targets and shoot. James, am I from America? No, I'm from Canada. Used to spend a lot of time in America when I was a kid, though. Almost every single weekend we'd spend the weekend down there. Yeah, me too, buddy. Hillbilly Swings. He says I'll shoot cold, but I won't shoot wet. Yeah, me either. I don't like shooting wet. Although I did get a little bit wet shooting that snowstorm, though. Started landing on me and it was melting a little bit, but no big deal. Yeah. Yeah, the next couple of lives, I gotta get Squatch on there. Squatch's gotta come on there. We gotta get Ethan up on there. And there's gonna be a few other. Eventually I'm gonna get Hoggy on there, get him live, do a little bit of shooting and chatting. But it's gonna take some work. It's gonna take some work to get Hoggy live. Have you ever tried the Ocularis system? I found the round forks really hard to aim. I'm not a fan of it either. I have the Ocularis Pro, which is somewhere. I gotta get this place all sorted out, man. I got some plans in here. I want to set up some of that brick paneling up here. Put a couple of hooks up there so I can hang my slingshots up on the wall. It's gonna look badass in here when I'm done. But when am I gonna get to it? I really don't know. Not a big fan of the Ocularis though. I find the rounded tips kind of mess with me. It makes the frame wider than I need it for no reason. But shooting at long draw is fun. I'm British. Oh, very cool. It was cheaper to join the club. I know it's only 10 meters, but it beats the hell out of getting tickets somewhere. Somebody called. I've been pretty lucky. I mostly shoot in my backyard, and I've never had anybody cause any trouble for me. But you know, it was kind of nice. Kind of nice to get out and do some shooting. But it would be great if there was a club or something like where slingshotters can go and just go and shoot like they do in archery clubs. That would be really nice. No coffee this morning. Actually, Lone Star Catapults, how you doing, my friend? So, in here, when I was selling the hot sauce this weekend, by the way, I believe Rex asked about the hot sauce sale. It went pretty good. We sold about 100 jars, somewhere around there. It was a little bit slow from time to time, so we just sat around chatting a little bit, but the sale went pretty good. But the good thing about it was I met this lady named Lucia from Honduras, and she makes coffee, and that's what I'm drinking today. She roasted her own coffee, sold it there in these little packs. It's called Lucia, her name on it. It's fantastic. It's a little on the expensive side, so for one of those little bag of beans, costs around $15, but it's magical. I've got coffee in here right now. I'm enjoying every single sip of it, and I got a whole pot downstairs. So there may come a point where I got to run downstairs and reload, but it's really damn good coffee. Lucia is a legend. I'm scared of lives that make me oogly. Kendrick or Drake? I don't even know what that means. Shades, I'm British. If weather is half decent, I'll be on. Very cool. Hey, good morning, Living for Jesus. How you doing? Did you end up getting your hubby a slingshot yet? Hey, I'm slubbing. I'm subbing people who shout me out. Hayden Newton. There you go, buddy. Hit that like button too while you're at it. I tried the Hammer LT with the Ocularis heads. How did you like it? Hoggy is fun. I was able to meet him at some tourneys last year. I would definitely watch. Man, if I ever bump into Hoggy in person, I'm giving that dude a hug. I love him. He's an awesome dude. Did I try my new Star Target yet? No, not yet. I'm saving that one for the review of this. So when I do the S Lizard, I will be doing. I will be using that for the first time with a few other things. Like I did get the. I think I showed this on my last live, but I did get some of this clay, and that's going to help quite a bit by setting these guys up on different targets, so I don't have to use chewing gum. But yeah, we're going to use that. I got a couple of other things lying around here that I want to take out for the first time. We got some wiffle balls. I got them set up on these guys, so we should get some really good reaction when we whack them. I want to do a little bit of modification on the big old catch box outside. I got to clean it up. It's kind of a mess, but and I'm also going to end up putting. I think I'm going to put a hole in the top. I got another one set up here. You know, one of those little can killers that I made. I'm just going to drill a hole in the top of the catch box, and we're going to lock this guy in like I would from a can, and throw it around just like that. But I should be able to get some good hits on there, and it's gonna react quite nice. So it should be fun. It should be a fun vid. Get some good shooting done. We're going to be using clays too, which is going to be kind of weird. It's going to take a little bit of warming up to get used to that and see how everything else is how it's working. Of course, I'll probably bring out this guy too as well. And I have some of these guys which I haven't shot in quite a while because I got a pretty nasty return to sender one day. Oh, I'm losing my targets everywhere. Oh, here, I got one without a string on it. But I'll have to set this guy up too. And we'll take a couple of hits with that. It's a nice 40 mil flipper, nice metal 40 mil flipper. At least if I'm shooting the clays, I'm not going to eat any in the face because that's what happened to me. Oh, I got my car keys on me. Here, take a look at this. This was one of the targets that when I started hitting real regular on smaller targets, this is one of the ones I kept. I keep it on my car keys. It's kind of like a little reminder. But I hit it so many times on this side, it started to spoon out a little bit. So I flipped it around, started hitting this side. And when I hit this side, ammo hit it, thing started to spin. The ammo flew right back and hit me right in the chest. And I'm like, no way. Did another shot, 15, 20 shots. I'm like, it's not coming back. It's not going to break anything. So hit another 15, 20 shots, came back, hit me in the chin. And then I'm like, whoa, that's it. And it actually hurt. So I'm like, okay, that's it. We're done with the metal targets and metal ammo. It's got to go. It's got to go away. Return to senders suck. Not supposed to rain here for a minute here today. Maybe do myself a live. Oh, very cool. How is it in Canada? It's all right, I guess. It's no, the weather's okay. The politics suck. You know, usual. Yeah, and you know what? Lone Star says, dude, heck yeah, bring the coffee maker to this room. I got to tell you, Lucia, I stood around chatting with her for a little bit. She was an absolute sweet lady. Like it'll be an absolute pleasure to support somebody like her and buy my coffee from her on the regular. And freshly roasted coffee is it's just amazing. Hey, thanks, James. Appreciate you, man. What other live streams are terrible? Come on now. They're great. I use coffee called Sons of Amazon. I get it off of Amazon. I love the stuff. Got after a taste of chocolate. Oh, wow. Very nice. The Hammer LT Ocularis is definitely different. I shot it with tubes. May have to give it a retry. But so yeah, definitely give it a retry. I'd love to see that thing in action. Not real simple shot fan. Rate me other nice frames for the price up there. I don't really have that much of an issue with the simple shot. My only problem is the shipping costs, and the bands are good. I've done some reviews on their bands. The bands are good, but there's a few of the frames out there that are pretty decent. But I'm actually glad that they're adding a pro line because that was the only issue. Sometimes you have. I've actually got 3 of these frames. 2 of them are the plastic ones, or the poly ones, or whatever, the injected molded ones, or whatever they're called. And I've got the Silver Pro. I also have one of these guys, the Axiom X. I like the Axiom handle, like the way it feels. Very, very comfortable. Locks in the hand pretty good. But I like the square tips. I have also, like I said, I have the Ocularis. Basically, I got that because it was the pro versions. This one is actually the Scout LT LE. It was the limited edition, the first run that came out, and so was the Ocularis that I got when they came out with that first run with that cranberry red one. It's just gorgeous color. I had to get those, but I really don't shoot it often. It's just more of a collector's piece, I guess. The Britain is modeled on my daughter at her. The Britain, BBC, 3 division. No grand characters taken from that Lucas title. Oh wow. Yeah, it is spring here. Yeah, we're almost into April. Neil Joseph, good morning to you, Mark. I have the oculars too, my friend, and I know what you mean about the rounded tips being put off. Comfortable swing. Yeah, it is a very comfortable swing. It's just those round tips. I can't stand them. I really don't like them. Yeah, Hoggy loves the torque. He dropped a rabbit with a clay? Holy crap. Whoa, T-Rex. T-Rex is working hard, buddy. Shout out to T-Rex, everybody. Give him a round of applause. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I've dispatched many field rodents with clay. Works well with that. For that. Oh, wow, interesting. So they say Fowler was shooting in a barn. Wouldn't you want to live in Miami? Maybe. The nice weather would be nice. If you fart real loud, it'll kill a buddy. Hey, Mark from the UK. I'm using a Wasp Enzo. Would you always cut your bands the full width of the forks, then taper down to 10 millimeters at the pouch end? Me personally, prepared woodsman, I usually cut my bands. I like to taper 22 to 12. Now, way back in my channel, I did a video comparing tapers of, I can't remember which tapers I used, but I think it was, it might have been 18 to 12, 20 to 12. I can't remember which one it was, but I tested three different tapers, three or four different tapers with 8 mil steel, and then I tested the three or four different tapers with 9.5 millimeter steel to see which ones I got better speeds with. And the fastest one that I had found was 24 to 12. Now, yes, it was the fastest ammo band for ammo on 8 millimeter steel. That was not the case for 9.5. So basically what I wanted to do was I wanted to start with a number and then reduce it in the taper by 50%. So on that taper, I went from 24 to 12, and I wanted to see how it was going to be. And I think the other one I used was 2418 and 2415, 2515, I think it was, that I used. And the 2412 on the 8 millimeter steel outperformed all the other ones. Now on the 9.5 millimeter steel, it wasn't the case. I think on the 9.5, I think I did 24 to 18, which is very similar to 2520. I did 2515, and I did 24 to 12. The fastest one ammo I had for 9.5 millimeter steel turned out to be the 2515, not the 2520 and not the 2412. So the reason why I did this video is I was trying to find what was going to be the best ammo for the elastic, for the bands. And that's why on all my band tests, or like 90%, 95% of them, I use 2520. I use 2515 for the heavier ammos, and I use 2412 for the slower, for the smaller ammo. I am going to be doing a video for tapers for 11 mil steel pretty soon. That's also in my list. I have some 11 mil steel. It's hiding over there in the corner. I'll probably use probably 0.7, or I'll make a purchase of another ammo, another elastic, something a little bit bigger. I don't have any more 0.8 100% left, but I want to do a test and see what tapers. We'll try a bunch of different tapers and see what works, but I'm going to find a taper that works for 11 mil steel, which is going to be the best one. Now, keep in mind, The reason why I use 22 to 12, I know this is a long-winded reply. I apologize for that, but the reason why I use 22 to 12 because it actually reduced my draw weight a little bit, but it made a difference. It dropped it by a couple of pounds. So just those extra 2 millimeters that were on there, when I'm drawing back, it makes it a little bit lighter, which gives me a more stable hold, which makes me more accurate. So by dropping maybe 20 feet per second or 30 feet per second, instead of shooting like 315 feet per second, I'm down to like 290. Who cares? I'm still screaming fast, and I've reduced my draw weight by 2 pounds, which made it a more accurate shooter. That's what I got for you. I'm using Lost Benzo. Yeah, we just read that one. Here, I'm here, taking shots. How you doing, buddy? Should we let the pigeons loose for you too? Hey, take care, Andy. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. Hey, where's this slingshot? She gone already? About to hit the shop and do a ton of sanding. Ooh, buddy, you're making some frames? Yeah. Lone Star, does your wife ever ask why you're still ordering slingshots? Of course. Yeah, you know what? I am gonna band this guy up very soon. I do want to get a couple of shots through it. I'm terrified I'm gonna frame hit it. So I think what I'm gonna do is just set this guy up with some bands, shoot some clays through it a couple of times. Maybe make it a clay frame. A clay shouldn't do too much damage to it if I frame hit it. It's just it really feels good. Like, really does feel good, and it's a little bit. Oh, yeah, it's a very narrow frame for me. It's an 80, so I may need to shoot this guy long draw. But yeah, I may need to shoot this guy long draw. But I think I'm definitely going to band her up. This should look amazing when I'm done. Wow, squat shot. Squat shot. Awesome. I think 25-20, 25-15, and 22-12. I think it was 24-12, the other one that I did, that other video. I can't remember if it was 25-20 or 25-15, but I will be, when I get into that video, the tapers for heavy ammo, I am going to test out 3 or 4 different band sizes, and we'll see what we get. Weather's getting nicer. I got a Steel's Wild Sling catch bag, so I can start shooting steel again without worrying about rusty balls. I got to tell you, Hillbilly, I love me some Steel's Wild Slings catch bags. I love them. Every time I go out to the woods to shoot, these guys come with me. Sometimes just one, but sometimes 2. I take a 40-liter backpack and I load it full of targets and I head out into the woods and have a blast. And those catch bags are awesome. Rusty Balls would be a good channel name. It totally would. I toss my Rusty Balls. Oh, Hunter, you're killing me. But we've got the rustiest balls of them all. Good old AC/DC, eh? I do have Great White Band. Oh, I don't know if I tossed it or not. Hold on a second. Let's see what I got in my cache here. I've got Falcon. I might have some Shishu in here somewhere. Oh, these are some thick guys. I'll have to take a look and see what that is. That's VSB 55. That's Shishu 65. Southwell's Caddies 0.6. It's Gong Chi 0.5. GZK 0.4. Yep. GZK 0.45. What do we got down here? Yep, I don't think I got any more. I got 0.65 South Wales Caddies, but I don't think that'll be heavy enough. There's some 0.5 Sniper Sling. We'll put that up there. Got some Falcon here. What are these ones? 0.55. Those will go back in there. Yeah, I might have. This might be. That's Gong Chi 0.5. I got a lot of Gong Chi lying around. Yeah, I don't have any heavy bands left. I don't think. I think I got rid of them all. I've chucked a lot of them. I don't particularly like shooting heavy bands all the time. I do have some Sniper Sling Black 0.7 in here somewhere. These guys. I got some Sniper Sling Yellow 0.7. That might be actually fast enough. Yeah, that might actually be fast enough. I'd have to mess around with it a little bit and see. But unless I got some in here. Hold on. As you may or may not tell, I seem to have a bit of an elastic problem. Some more Sniper Sling. Goes up there. Some South Wales Caddies. Some really old 100%. Put that in there. Put that in there. Oh. Let's get all that put away. There we go. Well, yeah, looks like I'm going to need to get some more bands in here to be able to shoot that. I got rid of the Great White. I wasn't a huge fan of it, to be honest. Rusty balls, I'm hitting the shot. Taking shots, watch your 3 slings this morning. Oh, buddy, T-Rex, he wrote, Mark Hunter's one hell of a maker. Yeah, he absolutely is, and I will own a Hunter frame. I just got to get some cheddar together, and I'll hit him up when the time comes. Yep, 0.4 or 0.45 with a Chola with some clay will be fine. Then display it proudly. I think that's what I'm going to do, buddy. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yep, the Chola, the one I have here, the fork tips on there are around 20. Yeah, they're around 20 millimeters. So I'll put like an 18 to 12 on there. Set it up for either short draw or long draw. It's really narrow for me, so I'd have to maybe shoot it long draw. But I think the clays will work just fine in that. I don't have to worry too much about it damaging. Strawberry Dream, hello again. How you doing, Strawberry Dream? Kenzo. I got the brand new iPhone 15 yesterday from Amazon. Congratulations. Hey, is that you, Jack? Mark, I shoot left-hand hold, and I found that the majority of my shots are going to the right of the target. Have you had any tips, please? I've been shooting paper. Yeah, if you're having right and left problems, there's a couple things you need to figure out. For one, if you're here, I'll just tuck this guy in here. Do I have something that's unbanded? It'll look better. Yeah, here. My first ridge. If you have your forks and they're not perfectly stacked up on top of each other, by the way, I mean this is a sneak peek into a upcoming video, another one. If your forks are not stacked up on top of each other, directly on top of each other, like if you're slightly canted, and sometimes that happens and you don't really notice it when you're getting ready to shoot, or if you're a little bit too much trying to overcorrect, this can cause a left and right problem. If the forks are longer or shorter on your frame and your anchor point is here, it may require you, if you're shooting right, to move it here a tiny little bit. Same height. If your height is good, same height, just go back a little bit. There are some frames where I have to keep the same height because it's a 90mm fork width. But I keep the same height and I just go back and forth on my face. And these are a couple of things that can troubleshoot it, that issue. Another thing is, which I had found with this guy, the Ranger Recurve, is when you shoot this frame, because of the way I draw, I anchor and then I stretch out and bring it forward, okay? Now, because of that, on a wrap and tuck frame, when you start pulling straight and then you wrap it around like this, it doesn't draw the same. So with this frame, otherwise, it seems to lob my shots out from the side a little bit and I shoot a little bit wide. With this frame, for me to shoot it accurately, I put my frame out and then I draw back. And you can actually see a difference. Hold on, let me see if I can do this for you. Let's draw a line. Okay, now I've put a line right where it attaches to the fork. See if I can get this to show this to you a bit here. So if I draw like I normally do, are you able to see where that line wind up on the bottom fork there? You see that? Now watch this. We're pretty much back in spot. It's actually less. So I'm not entirely sure if that's what the issue is, but when I draw this frame like this and I pull back, it doesn't stretch out as much. You can see that there. Now, if I draw like I normally do, I'm way past the forks. And when I do it like that, for some reason, it feels like, or it reacts like the bands are coming across like this instead of coming directly through like it should. I don't know if that makes a difference, but that could be your issue. If it's a wrap and tuck frame, try messing with the draw a little bit, get the paper set up, move your anchor from left to right, but only do one thing at a time and make sure that you can get the same reaction 3 shots in a row. So make sure your forks are straight. If you're having a bit of an issue, see what happens when you shoot cocked a little bit, take 3 shots. See what happens when you do this way, take 3 shots. Does it make a difference? You should see your ammo wander. Then change your paper, put up another one, shoot stacked on top of each other 100%, move a little bit right, move a little bit left. See how it feels. If you notice that you're correcting your issue, good. If not, move on. Try changing your draw. See what happens when you draw up, back, and draw like however it is you draw. I don't know how it is you draw, but give that a try and see what happens. Yeah, T-Rex. Hear what T-Rex is saying there? Truth. I've started to get frame hit when I'm shooting OTT. I've been shooting OTT 3 months with no problem up until now. What are your thoughts on why it might be? Frame hits, in my experience, like 90% of the time, it's a release issue. If you're plucking, releasing too aggressively, or if your elbow is higher or low, which could make it a, let's see here, which could make it a speed bump issue. So let's give that a little pinch. You're drawing out. You see how I'm pretty good because I got my elbow up. Maybe I can back up a little bit here. I got my elbow up. Now, if I do this, if my elbow is down, look what happens to my pouch. See how my pouch is there? I don't know if you can actually see it or not, but if I hold it back here, when I'm pulling it down, this is what's happening. So the ball's under my thumb, but I'm speeding. So when I do that, it'll flip up. Now, it can happen the opposite direction. If you're grabbing it and your elbow is too high, you could be putting a speed bump going down. So it depends on which fork you're hitting. Are you hitting the higher fork or the bottom fork? One other thing you can do to correct it, it's going to make your release a little cleaner. Let me get a piece of ammo in the pouch. I've got ammo in the pouch. When you're drawing back, you want your pouch to be open. See how that is? If you're in front of the pouch, when you're releasing it, you really have no idea where or how even you're releasing your fingers. There are some great shooters that shoot like that, but that's after years and years of practice smoothing out the release. This is an issue. So what I suggest is start out, grab the ammo. See that? Grab the ammo. The pouch should remain open. And when you let go, just gently let it slip. That's it. Very slowly, be very conscious of it. And it may actually be a little bit of target panic that you're dealing with. And when it's coming time to release, instead of just letting it slip from your fingers, you're opening up, you're kind of aggressively opening it up, or you're there's many things. But when you're frame hitting, most of the time, it is a release issue. Yeah, that 1 millimeter from Omega is not going to happen, bro. But I may go for the 0.8 or something like that if they have it. Don't be sniffing ATO. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, so yeah, it's been really bad recently. Even when I think my release is clean and everything, there must be something going wrong somewhere. Even my grouping isn't tight anymore. It's kind of weird, eh? I mean, sometimes we have that issue. I actually had a little bit of a left and right problem because I found myself leaning over too much to shoot. All of a sudden, I started straightening out my back, making sure, trying to get into like an archery position where I lock my shoulders back and get my back tension. Then I started stretching out my arm and doing my shooting, and it cleared up a lot of my issues. Latex rules look similar. I got that kind of problem too. Yeah. Why is it so much for USA people when the bans? UK boys can. Yeah, I could shoot it. I just don't like it. It's not fun to shoot. I got my Beacon T ready for this ride. Nice. How you doing, British Beacon? Double D's. How you doing, buddy? Fox hunting is great. Wow, I'm really far back here. Black Widows for sale. Nope, no Black Widows. Messi, Ronaldo. Don't watch another one with Messi and Ronaldo. You know what? I don't watch that stuff. See you later, bro. Are you bending your wrist forward when you move your arm? No, I don't tend to do that. Some frames I have to though, like on the Evo, I do. But this guy, I just hold it straight. I make sure when I'm actually, I don't know if I could even show this on here, but when I draw back, you see that I try to make it just so my bands are touching the flat, just to get it straight, and then I adjust this way a little bit, make sure everything is comfortable and straight, and then I let it rip. That's how I do my draw. The draw isn't longer. The draw isn't longer. It's how I draw it and where it starts pulling from. So you see here on wrap and tuck frames, you got this issue here. See this little bit? So you're actually pulling from all the way back here. If I'm pulling from here, if I'm pulling straight back this way, this section that's right here where the blue line is already got friction on that spot. So it's pulling this way. See? If I stretch this way, like how I do my draw, it pulls out way farther back. That's what the issue is. It's on wrap and tuck frames is where the friction point is of where it touches your forks. So each time you're pulling back on those bands, it may cause a bit of an issue for you. What do you cut your tubes to for short draw ATL? Well, my spaghetti slinging buddy, I have no idea how tubes work. I basically cut them, I cut them on, I pull it, and I'm like, feels a little light. I can still got lots of pull. So then I trim it down a little bit, and I do it again. I'm like, I guess that feels good. And that's how I do it. I have no idea. I'm sure that the elongation rules apply for tubes too and whatnot, but yeah. Even with singles, I have no idea exactly how they work. I figured for this one here, how I got it all set up. It feels like long draw. It'll be comfortable enough for me to get some shots out. Let's see if we got it. It'll be comfortable enough for me to get some shots through safely enough to shoot 8mm steel. It feels like it's got enough speed to speed up. I may shoot it a little bit. If I find I need to adjust, I'll just trim her down and see how it goes. I have no idea how you guys tie these guys up on here. I just used a constrictor knot again, pulled it real tight, and let her rip. So we'll see how it goes. Bonjour, ça va? Oui, merci. Et vous? Yeah, so that was that's basically what I got and what I'm sticking to. I probably should hit you up, Hoggy, and have a chat on how I should be setting up my bands. I really don't know what the hell I'm doing when it comes to tubes, but it doesn't really matter. We're gonna go out. We're gonna have a little bit of fun. These ones here with the green GZK bands on here. I got the doubles on here. But here, actually, here's a good question for you tube shooters out there. If there's any other than Hoggy, but when you're drawing your tubes, okay. I had found when I had my my other tube shooter, what was it? PFTA, I think it was called. When I draw, I gotta tell you, I feel like I'm gonna eat this thing in the face. This does not feel strong. When I draw, like, see, this feels it's got like a lot of zip to it. But when I draw with loop tubes, I find sometimes it seems like the top part pulls more than the bottom part. Like, I don't know, that whole issue with the that I showed with the with this guy, I had found with the tubes as well. For tubes, when I was shooting them, oh, that's kind of weird. When I was shooting them, to keep them up at the tip of the forks, I always had to wrap them down, and then I would pull back and get ready to shoot. Now, I found that my ammo does always shoot to the right for some reason. Even if I adjust my anchor point, I kind of shoot to the right. And it had me thinking that maybe the way I draw, or from the draw on my slingshot, that one side was under more tension than the other. Does that make sense? And that's why my shot was kind of lobbing in from the side. I don't know. I find that too on loops and singles. I had the same issue on both of them with loops and singles. I can't really quite figure out why it does that, but I discovered it does do that a little bit. I figured I can figure it out at some point, but I haven't really given tubes enough work or enough time, enough practice to see if it's going to be worth it or not. Yeah, so I think that'll be the plan today. Is I'm going to try to get out and do a little bit of shooting. We're gonna spearhead that vid with this guy first. What's my preferred band taper for 8mm steel? My preferred band taper is 22 to 12. And I've done a whole video on how I find my active band length and what I like. And actually, from that video, this is the Omega Olympus Green 0.55, which this is the bands that I made here earlier on today. I basically write down all my information on there. It's the draw, the elongation and everything. I set it all up, and then I wrote what my active is, my max active. I wrote what my bands would be with the amount I want to add to it, and then I add for a little bit of a life and how it is. And I always keep a little paper in there with all my information on it, or I just write it on the inside of the box, and that's what I do. Maybe we're letting the upper fork cancel a bit, like a micro. Maybe, could be. I have no idea. I have a video going live at 10:30 this morning, taking the ball. I'll definitely watch that for sure. I'm finding I shoot double loops better than single loops. Well, I guess at some point we're going to find out pretty soon and see what's going on with that. For all you members in the chat, would you guys be interested in a members only chat sometime soon? Maybe during the week sometime. I'll see if I can get a members chat going on, and we'll chat. Let me know if you're interested, and then I'll make it happen. Yeah, so that's going to be the go-to today. Is today we're going to find out about elastic placement on your bands, and then the next tutorial that we're going to be doing is going to be the whole rotation thing. The rotation, shooting left. We'll see how it goes. We can just see how that goes. But then in the middle of all that mess, I'm going to be shooting some tubes and embarrassing the hell out of myself, and that's going to be dedicated to Mr. Spaghetti Slinger Hoggy. And yeah, and then we also have the vid for this guy. coming up, the S Lizard. I gotta plan it all out and get it all set up in the backyard and whatever. Put everything into my book of secrets, which I don't have with me somewhere. Hopefully nobody stole all my secrets. That would be terrible. But I got a bunch of ideas written down, ready to go. So yeah, we'll be doing a few things going on. So maybe I'll try to plan a members chat earlier in the week, later in the week, like maybe Wednesday or so. Oh, Lucia, you make some damn good coffee. Let me tell you. I don't know what bands these are. These are pretty heavy. And it looks to be a brand new pouch, too. I don't think I've ever shot anything else. This must be, I don't know what it is. 0.5 or 0.6. No idea. Put that on the, there we go. Yeah. I just wanted to remind you that Jesus loves me and God made you in his image. Well, thanks, Mia. I appreciate you. ATO's Ritter. Yeah. So I guess we're also going to need to get some heavier bands in here, right? I do have some Sniper Sling Black Point 7. That might actually work for those 11 mil steel. I did get some pretty good speeds out of them, but I'm not sure I kept those bands. I might have chucked them. It's another one that I might have chucked. There's the Sniper Sling .4s. Yeah, I might have got rid of those. I think I only have the Sniper Sling yellow, which wouldn't be so bad actually to see what kind of speeds we can get with the yellow as well. I got to do a review on those anyway for some heavier ammo and see how it goes. But I'm going to miss a lot of lives this summer once I hit the trap line. So when you fellas or you guys, you have to put me in the auto sign up. Auto sign up app. You're lucky to be out on a trap line, though. That's pretty badass, dude. You have a good time while you're out there. Hey, T-Rex, what did Marcus say? Hold on a second. I believe he was timed out. What did he say to get timed out? I wonder. Well, Dave, when are you heading out on a? When are you heading out on your trap line? Because I do have a giveaway that's going to be announced this week, probably today at some point. I'll do a quick video on it. I'll be announcing the video. I will leave it up for a week, and I will draw the winner on a live on the Sunday morning chat next weekend. What's up, Josie? How you doing? Yeah, so that's hopefully you'll still be around because I'll be doing that pretty soon. Hey, Josie, how you doing? Doing great. Hope you're doing well. Have I tried Sniper Sling Green? If so, what do I think is better brand? Sniper Sling Yellow or Green? I'm a yellow all day guy. All day. I have the green. I have problems getting the green to last. So I can't say for sure if I like it or not. And now I actually it's 0.5 I have, I think. Where is it? Yeah. Yeah, it's the green 0.5. For some reason I thought it was 0.4 I had, but no, it's the 0.5 I have. and I was having longevity problems with it. Performance-wise, I found it was pretty good. Thought it shot nice, thought it looked great, but I can't seem to get it to last, and I don't know why. So that's that. When it comes to Sling Yellow, Sling Yellow is one of my all-time favorite bands. I love them. Once the weather starts to warm, the critters start breeding, and that's when the calls start rolling in. Most keep me very busy in summer, but I do all the nuisance wildlife from mice to midgets. All right, so basically, hopefully you'll be around because I will be announcing the giveaway very shortly. Morning, all, just popping in, say hi. How's it going, Chad? The giveaway will be announced today. Sometime today, I'll try to bust that video out real quick while I'm shooting that other video about the bandwidths. Prepared Woodsman, I've heard some people say that the 0.4 and the 0.6 doesn't seem to have that problem, but I have 0.5. I don't know what bands you have, but I have the 0.5. I couldn't get more than 200 shots out of a band set, and I never even tuned the bands. I cut them just the whole width of the strip, and I was shooting here. I had plenty of extra stretch, and I still couldn't get them to last. So it wasn't a maxing out problem. It wasn't a tying problem. I don't know what the deal was. Hello, Kim Hatch. How you doing? Andy, you're back. And Mr. Chad's in the house. Nobody ditches a troll like Chad, let me tell you. Yeah, you see, I don't know if it's the 0.5 or not. I really don't know. But I shoot 0.5, and it was the first one that I tried, and I'm not happy with it, so I probably won't buy it again. That said, I'm absolutely in love with the Omega Slings elastic. So the white stuff is just fantastic. So I think I may head on over there today. I do have a frame coming from there, but I may head over to the website today and see if I can get something that's going to be like 0.7 or 0.8 if they have any of that in stock, and I'll order that for the video I got coming up about the heavy ammo tapers. Look at that army of blue we got in there. A bunch of deputies. There's not a troll that'll survive now. That's for sure. Do I have a PO box? No, I don't. Probably should get one though. Awesome. What time? Yeah, what time you guys going live, dudes? Yeah, if you're Prepared Woodsman, if you haven't had a chance to shoot any of the Omega Sling bands yet, I really highly recommend them. I've got 0.45 and I got 0.5 in white. I have 0.5, 0.55, and 0.6 in green. And I do prefer the white to the green, but they shoot like a boss. And they just don't seem to die. I've got a band set. I've got this band set of 5.5 on my Alivener. I've got somewhere around, 500 shots through this thing so far. And this is the one that I did on that band tuning video. It's still going strong. I mean, look at the pouch end. It's like they're brand new. And I really think I'm just going to keep on shooting them and not have an issue at all. I think that's going to be the go-to for me from now on. I've got them tuned pretty quick, and they're lasting forever. Hey, Track Attack, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you in here. So, yeah, I highly recommend the Omega Slings 0.5. I've made multiple bands of them, but I've got my I've got my Spitfire downstairs in my jacket pocket still because I've been carrying that thing everywhere I go, and it just doesn't seem to want to die. I haven't been counting, but I mean, where'd that magnet go? On this magnet, I've filled it up at least 5 or 6 times, and like I mean, like a big ball of ammo on there. I don't know how many is on there. It's around 100 for sure. I know I could fit 50 on one side if I want to. So on here I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. I got 11 shots or 10 shots. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, I got 10 shots on here. I could fit easily 50 on each side. So I've got at least 600 shots through that through that thing, and it's just not dying. So I don't know. I'm a big fan. I have to go to Walmart. Could you use some prayer? I got you, bro. I got some prayer for you. Doing my duty. Hoggy's earning his stripes. Be a general in no time. Yeah, be safe, Dave. And keep your eyes open for that giveaway. I want you in there. Oh, no. This is terrible. Oh, that was a magical coffee. And as you can see, guys, it's another Yeti. I can't remember what they call this one. I think it might have been the Rambler. Or, I don't know. I don't know what they call it. But I've had this guy for like 5 years. It may be a little on the heavy side, but Yeti is the bomb. All right. Take care, Chad. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. Yeah, this little magnet here I got from Sniper Sling. I got this from Sniper Sling. It was actually designed to had like a little brass clip on it that'll make it clip onto your belt. I took that off. I much prefer to hang my ammo off my neck because I kind of keep compact when I'm shooting. So I got everything here, and I just pick a shot off, load my shot, and shoot. And I much prefer it on a little piece of paracord wrapped around my neck. And when I get down one side cleared, I just take it off, flip it over, and go from there. It'd actually be nice if I could find one of these with a swivel on it, so I could just keep on flipping it back and forth when I'm done. But all things considered, this is a great little magnet, and I've also had that for quite a long time too. It's great. This guy's when this electric white is mentioned because we can't get it over here. JB and Mike here are trying, but it just can't get enough sent to them. Yeah, I know they were talking about that on the live the other day. Basically, there's like a supply issue. They can't seem to get enough raw materials to make their batches, and it's kind of trickling in on a slow trickle. Probably when I think how they'll have to do it is when summer rolls around, and the growing season really picks up for the latex. They need to go hard on stocking up, and hopefully it'll last into the summer. You know, like do like 2 really large orders around the end of the season so they can get those guys in, and then possibly send a batch over to the Leighton boys, and they have something to sell you guys. It'll be a good deal, I think. What kind of cups put a blister on my lip once? So I share them. I shame them with the the Unforbidden Kingdom. Yeah, I know. These guys keep a coffee hot for forever. But I love my Yetis. Thanks for your help and advice. Anytime, man. If you have any questions, you can always hit me up with a direct message on Facebook or Instagram if you want. If you want anything, if you want to ask me anything straight up. I shoot with my right hand, but my shots keep going off to the right of the target, shooting 90 degree. But when I tilt to 100 degree, I hit the target. It was also to keep it 90 and align the bands. Okay, so I got a video on this coming track. I've been chatting about it a little bit earlier on. I think you might have come in a little bit after, but even with this frame, this is my Island Made Catapult pocket thumper. For some reason, I always shoot to the left with this guy. Always. I don't know why. I don't know why he does it. I can't figure it out. And on this frame, if I stack them up perfect, I'm looking down the bands, everything's looking good. I should be shooting straight, but I shoot to the left. I can't figure it out. What did correct it for me is I did this. Problem solved. I've had other issues with other frames where I've had to keep the same height of my anchor point, but just move it out to the side a little bit. Solve the problem, or move it in a little bit. One of my TTF frames, my Crazy Power Mini, is like that. I have to do that. Otherwise, I'm sending the ammo right into the bottom of the cup. And it looks like it's fine when I'm staring down the bands. But, yep, that's the issue. So with this guy, you'd think that this draw would look pretty damn good. I got a 90 from the bands. They're stacked right up on top of each other. But the ammo will go to the left. I don't know why. But with this frame, while I'm shooting it, I just cock it a tiny little bit, and it solves all my issue. I know that that's why it does it on this frame, and I haven't been able to solve it on this one. I think maybe it just might be a little bit small for me. It could be it. Don't know, but that's that. I'm going to be shooting that video today, dealing with band widths, and the next tutorial video I do is going to be the left and right. But there's a few things that can actually help you solve that issue. I do suggest shooting a paper. Take 3 shots at a time and shoot. If your grouping stays to the left, stays to the right, okay, that's fine. Change your paper. Put that one aside, but keep it. Make a small adjustment. Either come in or out with your anchor. Take 3 shots. See how your grouping is. Did it get worse or did it get better? If it gets worse, do the opposite. You might want to point forward or pull back, depending on your shot. For example, you might want to stretch out, try to keep it even, or pull back. There's a few things that could be causing your issue. I'm going to be doing a video on this, like I said, but I definitely do say try 3 shots, check your grouping, change your paper, try 3 more shots, and then compare them all. Even go as far as creating a list of what you're going to try first and see if you could solve the issue, and go from there. And that you should be able to figure it out that way. But shooting paper is key. If you're shooting a flipper, you can't really see for sure how well your grouping is going, and always aim at the center of the target and see where your ammo goes at the end. I just got an ammo magnet for Timber 26. I absolutely love it for small as it is. You wouldn't think it holds 75 shots. Wow, that's crazy. Didn't know thought Omega has some. I got to get a magnet from Timber. They do almost, but they don't have something with it. Yeah, you may or may not have to track attack. You just track attack road here. I will have to tilt to 100 degrees instead of 90. You may or may not, but I would suggest trying to troubleshoot it on paper first and see if it's a frame that you're going to have to shoot that way all the time. Well, so be it. But try pointing a little bit forward, pulling a little bit back. See how that goes. Try rotating a little bit this way or a little bit over, see how it goes. Go through all these steps first, and if you can't solve it at that point, then, whoops, I lost it there for a second. Maybe just rotate it and call it good. Hey, T-Rex, take it easy, buddy. Thanks for the help today. I'm gonna check out your video a little bit later once we're done here. Prepared Woodsman, when you're tying your band sets, which methods do you prefer, and what tying material do you prefer? Well, after trying a bunch of different methods out, I've done videos on cuffs. I shot cuffs for a little while. I found it more work than really what it was worth. I tried crystal string. I used crystal string for a long time, but then I started having problems with it. It didn't seem to be holding its elastic that well. And then I switched to amber belt, had problems with amber belt, and then I went to this. This is 1 millimeter cotton butcher's twine. I've tried waxed leathercraft thread, works pretty good, but I found that if I pulled too tight, I would cut right through. I've tried a few different things, but I am a 1 millimeter cotton thread butcher's twine guy, and I'm never going back. I love it. Super cheap. You can buy it for $1 at the dollar store. I've got 2 rolls here. I've been working on this guy for a long time. I've tied a bunch of elastic with it and still going strong. So that's what I use. That's my preferred method. Why you? I'm sorry, buddy. I would love to answer whatever it is that you wrote there, but I don't know what language that is. I apologize. But thumbs up to you, buddy. Dao fan, how you doing, my friend? Thumbs up for you too. Handshake, my brother. Hope you're doing all right. Rico, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing good. Hey, let me know how it works out for you, Track Attack. If you're having any issues, let me know, okay, buddy? We'll see if we can figure it out together. Yeah, so it'll be an interesting go. We'll see if we can get a few things worked out for some people. Get some more things in my Denise Babe. What's your channel about, my love? Well, we're slingshot shooters, all of us. Many of us are outdoorsmen as well. We like to chat about slingshot shooting, technique, gear, life, all that kind of stuff. We're just a bunch of guys and gals in here just chatting about all kinds of things. Jag the best. The beast. Jag the beast. How you doing, buddy? So that's pretty much what we're all about here, is we're just out here chatting about certain things. We're a bunch of slingshot shooters in the slingshot community. A lot of love going around in here, and that's about it. We just tried to be we just try to be good and fair and friendly. I'll tell you what, I'll shout you out if you hit that like button. As soon as I see that thumbs up button go up, boop, I will shout you out. I've already laid down my terms, my friend. I will say your name, but you have to hit that thumbs up button for me. I want to see that thumbs up button go up. You'd have to close the chat, hit that thumbs up button, and come right back. You know what? Sareem Tip Top. There you go, buddy. Shout out for you. Jag the Beast 13. Thanks for the sub, buddy. Appreciate you, man. Welcome to the group. We got a good Dalfan. How you doing, my friend? Kebab. How you doing, my friend? So we're basically I saw something shiny and forgot what I was talking about there, but that's no big deal. Yeah, so that's pretty much the deal, guys. We're going to be out there shooting some videos, getting some things done. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the videos I'm putting out. And you're going to get to see me do a few things that I don't really like doing, is shooting clay, because for whatever reason, I just can't get it accurate like I can with 8mm steel. Dave, do I still have snow? We dropped 10 centimeters last night. 4 inches of snow. Boom. Hey, Turtle, how's it going, buddy? Glad to see you popping in. Anytime prepared woodsman. That's what I'm here for. Yeah, it'll be pretty interesting getting that video done, shooting some tubes. I don't know how well that's gonna go. Let's see, actually, if all these people that are watching and they've watched my videos, I have one video shooting tubes, just one. Do you remember what frame it was? I even mentioned it in a recent video. It snows where I am. Oh yeah, it's I've got snow on the ground for about 6 months, or 5 months out of the year, we'll say. Do I prefer shooting 8mm or 9.5? I prefer shooting 8mm, but 9.5 is not bad too. It's pretty good. I tend to have trouble with 11mm steel. I don't know, Dave, if you saw the live I did with Rob Cross. Rob Cross's Chaos. We did like a little shooting live. We were on there for about 2 hours, and the wind picked up and the snow started coming down. And within, I don't know, I guess the first half hour of the live, I got a good two or 3 centimeters of snow on the ground. I was like shooting in the middle of a blizzard. It was kind of fun. PFTA is a good little slingshot. I just couldn't get it to shoot right. Thank you. I'll do that. It really does help. I'm shooting today, and I'll give that a try. Perfect, man. Great news. Hey, how you doing, Chris? Chris Rolls in the house. Yeah, I can't remember which video it was. I did a band speed test, and I had to like walk my way to the catch box in snow that was like just above my knee. Slide all the snow off the catch box, put the box on there, and then walk on my way back. Hoggy's dropping them like a toilet seat. I went live with Rob, and it started to rain. Maybe he's Jack Frost. It might be. It might be. Nope, it wasn't the PFTA. It was another slingshot that I did. That was my first and only tube video. Actually, I have that slingshot right here. Oh, can you see it? I don't know how high I can go without the camera catching it there, but there it is right there. It's part of it. See it? How long have I been doing YouTube? Oh, actually quite a long time. I started on this channel. I started this one in, I made my first video in 2018, but it was 2018. I did my first video. Then I never did another video on this channel for almost a whole year. and then, but before, and then, well, I've been going pretty hard on this channel since then, and I'm having more fun on this channel than I ever had on my old one. My old channel, I was doing like a bushcraft channel. I was I'm still am into the whole survival thing and all that. I was on that channel from 2016 or 2014. It was 2014 to 2018. So basically, what happened and why I stopped on the other channel was I set up my channel by accident as a business account. So I already had like a channel with just my name that I would send to friends and family of pictures of me and my son fishing and this kind of thing. And he was just a young kid at the time, maybe 2 or 3 years old, and we were walking around in the woods and looking at bugs and catching crayfish and doing all kinds of things like this. But when I had a channel that was taken off, and there were some other people that would come to my channel, ask me questions about how to do certain things and all this stuff, and their channels were taken off, and I just couldn't get past the 3,000 mark. Like, no matter what I did, it would not work. And I got this guy to check out my channel. I was like, I don't know what's going wrong. He's like, I don't understand why you only have 3,000 subscribers. You should have way more. Your videos are great. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I've done some tutorials on how to make fires with flint and steel, hand drill, bow drill, different methods of bow drill, like the Egyptian style, using natural cordage, all kinds of stuff. Carved spoons and kuksas and flint napped and did all these things. And I just couldn't seem to get any traction on my channel. And then the guy discovered, I got into TubeBuddy, and I was talking to a guy in the group there, and we started looking through. We were going through my channel setup, and then I discovered that I set up as a business channel, and business channels don't get traction like these kind of channels. So the biggest and the best video I think I ever did had 30,000 views on it. It had been up on my channel for 4 or 5 years, and I just couldn't figure out any traction. And then I made a slingshot video, which I posted on both channels. Put the exact same tags and everything. I did a test, and I posted one channel to this ATO channel, which was my very first video, that top archery slingshot. And I posted that same video to my Veg Time Outdoors channel. And sure enough, after 1 year, I had 80,000 views on this channel. And then I had 250 on the other channel. So the algorithm was not promoting my other channel no matter what I did. It didn't matter. I had 100 likes on that video, but I only had 300 or 400 views or something like that. And on this channel, I had 80,000 views and a crap ton. And I opened up my channel just to see. I was like, whoa, that's a lot of views. What the hell happened? I couldn't figure it out. And then I was also having a little bit of trouble with the guys in the bushcraft community. I did things a little bit different. There's guys out there that used to walk around with these giant knives, and I would use something like a Swiss Army knife or something small. And if you didn't do what the popular guys were doing, you basically got shamed. And I had done a video on a Jeff White bush knife that I got from a Dave Canterbury store, and I didn't like the handle on it. I found that because of the shape of it and the belly of the knife was so wide that if you had any deviation, the handle would just spin in your hand, and it was causing me issues. And I'm like, you know what? This knife would get a 10, but I'm giving it a 7 because I don't like the handle. And I got a couple of flat spots in the blade, a brand new knife with flat spots on it. And I'm like, that's pretty much unacceptable. If you're going to be putting out brand new knives, they should be good. Well, they weren't. And I did that. And basically all the guys from the what was that group he had? Anyway, I can't remember. He had a group on Facebook, and I got attacked by these guys, and they were coming at me pretty damn hard, and they wouldn't chill out. And it was just like, man, I don't know what to tell you. I don't like the knife. It's my opinion about how I don't like the knife. And the people in there, they started smearing me in the group and smearing me everywhere. And I'm like, I got criticized for picking mushrooms and no, you're putting out information that's bad, 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 bad. And then all of a sudden, Dave Canterbury started doing it, and it was okay. And I was like, you know what? I'm out. I'm done. It doesn't make sense. So I'm putting out good information for people to learn from, and it was causing issues. Now, in the slingshot community, I know there's a lot of crossover here, but we don't have that almost cult-like group of people that were just like, it has to be this way. And there's nothing like that here. Slingshots is your own thing. You do what you got to do. You figure things out, and what works for you, and that's it. And here we are. So that's where it all started. Was from there. Was from 2014 to around 2018, where I was doing the bushcraft stuff. Took a year off. Gameplay Trey. Who let the grandpa? Oh, Hoggy got him first. Yeah, see you later. Your grandpa says beep. See you later. Anyway, that was childish. I apologize for that, guys. I shouldn't be doing that shit. But yeah, that's why I stopped that. Yeah, I'm all good with the slingshot community. The slingshot community here is great. The Pathfinder Learning Center was the group I was in, and I got smeared on there. And yeah, so that was that. So here we are in the slingshot community. I'm figuring things out. A lot of awesome people on here. Never had an issue at all. I mean, yeah, I get like dumb comments like that on the lives from time to time, but it really doesn't bother me. But just because we do things different than some other people doesn't mean it's wrong. It just means it's different. If we wind up with the same end result, and it's not hard work, and we're not doing 10 times the work that we did before, then we're in the same thing. Pathfinder is a little windy for me. Yeah, me too, buddy. Me too. So here we are. You know, like I've done some big camping trips in the backcountry, 53 kilometers in northern Ontario, bears, moose, the whole deal. You know, I mean, I'm very capable, and I don't care if I do things different. That's what it's all about. Some people need to have big knives. Some people don't need them. Some people like the baton. Some people don't. I don't get the hate that everyone needs to throw at each other because they're doing something different. And I'm glad I haven't seen any of that in the slingshot community. One more question on long distance shots. Do you prefer to use short bands or butterfly for full draw? When I'm shooting long, I shoot short draw. So it's long distance or short distance. That's what I do. Now, a while back, I did a video on how to approach long draw shooting. And if you're shooting TTF, I don't know if I can help you. But if you're shooting OTT, basically what I do on long draw is when I'm shooting, let's say 0.5 bands, the weather's decent, all that kind of stuff. We'll just make perfect perfect weather. If I'm shooting long draw, when I draw back, I want to be nice and comfortable with my draw. Now, at 10 meters, if I'm shooting at my nose, the fork tip will be right on my nose, and I'll take that shot. Okay? Now, when I'm shooting at 20 meters, 15 meters is pretty much similar. I just have to aim slightly higher. Like I'm talking a couple of millimeters on my target. But if I'm shooting long, like 20, 25, 30 meters, that kind of thing, what I do is I take my nose, I set up my draw, I take my nose, I'll put that fork tip right on the target. My nose is the target today. Now you see the tip of my nose? Instead of shooting at the tip of the fork tip on the tip of my nose at 10 meters, I will split that up. I'll come up a little bit higher. Oh, I got the bad angle on here. See if we can tighten that up a little bit. Nah, I can't. basically what I'll do is I'll take that fork tip, and instead of shooting off the tip, I'll raise it up so I'm right around here where the screw is. And I try a shot from there, and I get an idea of what kind of distance I'm traveling. The farther I go, the farther down the fork it goes to get the split. So you see what I mean? That's like 10 meters. This is like 20 meters. I go down about 1/8 of an inch, maybe 3/16. And then slowly but surely, I keep on going up, 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 up on the fork tip, And that's what I do. I set up my long shots. Now, if you're going to be drifting a little bit of left to the right at that distance, your form and your bands have to be even straighter than normal. But that's why earlier on in the chat, I was talking about, somebody had asked me why what I use as a target for long distance. And that's why I do use a small target at a long distance. It's better to miss but be close than it is to be shooting at something big and miss. So aim small, miss all counts. And I really do believe that shooting at a smaller target from a longer distance is a better idea. Now, as big as I go at 20 meters would be a can. I may shoot something this size, like a 60 mil flipper type thing, but most of the time I'll put up a 40 mil flipper and I'll try to hit it. And I may only get it 2 times out of 10, maybe 3 times if I'm shooting good. But I know that at that distance, if I'm missing, it's not by much. And really, when it comes to developing accuracy, if you're shooting at a larger target all the time, it's not really doing you that much good. If you're at 50%, like say you're hitting something 5 times out of 10, well, go smaller. Go smaller and get yourself up to 5 times out of 10, and keep doing that. And eventually, you'll be hitting these tiny little things, and you'll be killing it all the time. What you got, Squatch? Not yet. Squatch has got a lot of island-made catapult frames. So, do I have a 60 meter? 60 meter what? Take care, Dave. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. Get fired down the catapult. I don't make catapults. A long distance, do you shoot full butterfly or do you still use short draw? I still use short draw. It's the difference between them two when you're shooting a long distance. Yeah, I can shoot long draw a little bit. I'm no Chuck and Steel by any stretch, not even close. But I can shoot long draw a little bit. I'm getting a little bit better at it when I actually shoot it. But I do need to have I need to practice a lot more for it. But I'm far more accurate with short draw. Hey, speaking of Chuck and Steel, there he is. How you doing, Chuck? So when I get whisker kiss misses, I'm doing good. Yeah, as long as you're not poking any holes in your face, you're doing great. Yeah, Leon's got a lot of beauties. Ooh, man. Hey, JB, what you got going on today? Yeah, it's hard to beat Shane's work. Shane's got some great work. What do I think about immigrants from Russia? Yeah, me too. Right after this live, I'm going to eat some breakfast and head on out and do some shooting. Yeah, should be pretty decent today. Get out, do some shooting, get a video up for this week, and see how everything goes. The lives are doing really well, though. I got to tell you, I have the. We're also going to be announcing that giveaway today too. That'll be in the works today. Get that set up, and hopefully we'll get a good turnout. Everyone will be in. It will only be for subscribers, so the video will only be able to be seen by subscribers. It will not be public. I don't want to drag in all the weirdos, just the people that are subscribed to the channel. And I'm hoping that the winner, whoever it may be, will have that in their hands. So subscribers only. This won't be a full-on public video. It'll only be for subscribers. And I guess I'll just take some random comment generator or something like that and just bust it up and see how it goes. Track attack anytime, buddy. Like I said earlier on, if you ever have any questions or something you want to know, you don't have to wait till a live and ask. If you want to, you can. That's fine. But just send me a DM, dude. Send me a message on Facebook or Instagram, and I'll do my best to answer you. Shooting while watching. You know what, Lone Wolf? I do that a lot too. Whenever I got some of my buds on live and I'm outside doing some cooking or whatever it is, I've got my slingshot on me. I do some shooting and I listen. I listen to the boys chatting back and forth. You gonna shoot on live, ATO? I've done quite a bit of shooting on live so far, guys. I know a lot of people ask me if I'm going to shoot live. Just the other day, I was shooting live in a snowstorm with. Was shooting live in a snowstorm with Rob Cross from, and I did a live with T-Rex also, and I've done quite a few lives over at. I've done a few lives with on Andy Munn's Grizzly Catapult group, doing the challenges as well. Actually, that I'll be honest with you, those lives that I did on the Grizzly Catapult thing actually frustrated the shit out of me a little bit. You had one of them. It was this. I had to shoot polo mints. For you guys in the UK, you know what polo mints are. Over here, they're basically like lifesavers. So I went out and got the minty lifesavers that were about I don't know, tiny little guys, and you had to shoot 3 of them in as little shots as you can. Did my first practice run, went 3 for 3. Did my second practice one, went 3 for 4, which was pretty good. Had 1 miss. Went live, 25 shots. It took me, I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, you got to be freaking kidding me, man. You know, I hit that live button. I got that stupid mirror set up down at the bottom, and I started shooting and hit the first shot. Second one took me like 8 shots to get. Then I hit the next one, and then the next one took me forever. I was like, this is ridiculous. I think it was like 25 or 23 shots or something. I'm like, I just hit it 3 shots in a row. Just hit it 3 shots in a row. What the hell? It drove me crazy. Once that live button clicked, it was just like, fuck. It was driving me nuts. If anybody hasn't seen Can Vandal's short that he did, calling out Chuck and Steele. You got to see it. It's freaking hilarious. I'm telling you, I wish Can Vandal and Slingshot Tony would do a live or a collab on a video. It would be freaking amazing. The two of those two guys letting the humor out, shit talking each other would be absolutely amazing. John Atkins, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, it's a lot of fun doing the double lives. I had a really good time. We had one. I did one with T-Rex. It was actually the first one I ever did. I ever went live with somebody before. The one with Rob Cross too was a lot of fun. And I'm trying to get a few other guys on here. I want to get Tennessee Slangin'. I want to get him up here. I want to get T-Rex back on. I want to get Leon on here. There's a few guys I want to get on here and do some lives with. I'll have to do them. I can only really do maybe one a week or so when I'm out slinging. So if the weather's good on a Wednesday when I have free time, I'll do it then. Oh man, with these two, it was great. He posted as a short, but it was the end of his last vid too. Oh man, it was so funny. I watched that this morning and I literally burst out laughing. Yeah, it was funny. Yeah, it was so funny. He's a real funny dude. Can Vandal. Imagine Can Vandal and Slingshot Tony together in a video. It would be freaking amazing. Oh, throwing these two. It would be, yeah, it would be crazy. It would be crazy. You know what? You got to actually give Can Vandal props. Like that dude got some really great editing in his videos. Like he's really, really good. High level stuff, man. He does. T-Rex is a bad influence. Yeah, T-Rex is a solid dude. I know one of my favorite videos from Can Vandals. He did one with like a David and Goliath type thing. It was a freaking amazing video he did, and then he did another one where I think he was shooting a pickle fork, but he did it like one of those old Chinese style kung fu movies. It was freaking amazing. Charlie Lowe, how you doing, buddy? Oh, I'm telling you, that Chinese video was amazing. Yeah, one of my favorite all time videos actually. That one and that David Goliath video was just amazing. Yeah, we're doing great over here, Charlie. Just a bunch of dudes sitting here chatting for 2.5 hours. That's pretty much what we've been doing. Chatting, talking slings, talking all kinds of goodies. I don't know how well these things do actually after the live, but I've been getting quite a few views during the lives, people popping in, popping out. I'm sure I've got a bunch of trolls and all those things count and everything like that. And some of them comment, some of them don't. I don't know, but the post lives, I've seemed to have been picking up like good amount of views on those as well at the same time. So I don't know if people keep on watching them, if they're dipping in and out just shortly or quickly or whatever. But anyway, for all those people that are watching them, I'm hoping they're picking up some good tips on these chats that we're having, and it's helping them out with some of their shooting issues. Snowflake, how you doing? But I know for the subscribers, I mean, I think I was at 7,966 or something like that, or I was somewhere around there. I was getting close to the 8,000 mark, and I had went live with Rob. And when I went back and I checked out the next day, I had gained like 125 subscribers. Now, the weird thing is the subscriber rate on the lives is pretty good. Like you end up picking up a bunch of subs, but I find a lot of people sub and then a lot of them dip right at the end. Like they'll come in, they'll sub, and then they split. It happens all the time. I usually gain a bunch and then I lose about a third of them. Every single live it happens like this. So I don't know why it does that, or what's happening with the whole deal, whatever. But either way, it's helping the channel grow. But we'll see if those actually turn into views. So when I release a new video, it's not always, I don't always have somebody sticking around, and I don't find I'm getting much more views on my videos. But either way, I'm still having fun doing the live, so I'm going to continue doing it. But live long and prosper. You too, my friend. And Pooh FN, how you doing? I don't know. I don't know if it's them. I don't know if it's them pulling, if it's YouTube pulling the subscribers from you, or if it's just YouTube, or if it's just these guys coming in, they sub, and then they go and look through your channel, and they're like, I'm more into TikTok dances and stuff like that, and they dip. I don't know what the deal is really. It could be YouTube. It could be bots just subscribing to you too, right? Which kind of sucks. Gain 50, lose 20. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I like your hoodie. That's whoops, knocking off the. It's one of those SA fishing gear hoodies. I absolutely love their stuff. Pretty good stuff. The shorts have killed regular. Yeah, I know. I've been putting up the shorts. Like the Grill and Slinger and some of my favorite slingshots, and they've been doing okay, but I don't find, you can monetize them, but it's absolute sense that you get compared to a regular video, but not many people are watching a video. And really all these shorts, all they're doing, the shorts, the scrolling idea of TikTok and Instagram, it's just making long form videos trash now. I don't think a lot of people are watching them, and they're basically training their attention span to be 1 minute long, which doesn't help much for people putting the effort into these long videos. But anyway, no big deal. Hey, take care, Charlie. Yeah, chucking. It's true, man. The old videos that I used to get thousands of views on, now the growth rate of them, like I used to release a video and within 24 hours I'd have 1,000 views, and within a week I'd get a little bit more. Now, no, not so much. You hear Benny? Yeah, his nemesis is walking around outside, so every time they pass by the house, he goes batshit. He does not like that little white poodle at all. It's kind of tough too, actually, as a creator, to try to figure out what exactly the people are going to watch. You put a lot of effort into creating a video. You work really hard. You get all the editing done. You've taken 10 to 20 hours sometimes, depending on the video. But you take 10 hours of footage and you turn it into a 10-minute video, and at the end, nobody watches. And then sometimes you can put together a quick piece of shit video that you thought was going to do terrible, but you're like, I got to put something out, and then it tears it up. So I just kind of stopped really worrying too much about what people are going to like, because I can go out and just do band reviews all the time. But as a creator, it does get boring after a while. Like I want to go out, do some shooting, set up some fun shots, have a good time, and that kind of thing. But I don't want to keep just doing band reviews over and over and over and over again. It gets boring. It gets boring for me. I want to have some fun while I'm out there shooting. I want to go out to the woods every now and then and set up a shooting course. I want to go and do a canoe fishing day. I want to go out and hike around the woods and make a fire with a bow drill. I want to do all those things. So when I do it, I know that when I do these outdoor videos, like my trip to Algonquin, I might get 600 views on it after it being up for 3 years. But you know what? I'm going to do those videos. I love doing those videos. It's fun. And even for me, I go back and I watch those videos just to remember and have it all pop back into my brain, because I'm like, oh yeah, that's when we were walking by and we saw those snakes on that little island and so on. And that's the beauty of it. So as much as I do this for you guys, I do it for me too. I use a Galaxy S22 Squatch for my video, and I've got one of these little cheapy microphones from Amazon that seemed to work okay. It comes in a 2-pack. I got both of them here just in case this one runs out of juice, which it actually might pretty soon, because I've been going pretty hard today. Actually, I'm going to swap this one out, get this guy back on charge. How's the mic? We still got sound? I just swapped it up to the other one. Yep, I am an Android guy too. Galaxy S22 Plus is what I use. Great little phone. Destroying an old helmet. Oh, very cool. Okay, I'm good. Yeah, so that's basically the plan. I think going forward with the channel, I'm going to be doing a wider variety of things. I'm going to be putting in my bushcraft stuff. I'll probably throw in a couple of knife reviews from time to time. All kinds of things, just to keep things fresh for me. It's going to be fun for me, and I know a lot of you guys do a little bit of crossover stuff. A lot of you people are that watch my channel are outdoorsmen, like sling shooting, like the outdoors and fishing and all that stuff. So I think I'm going to continue to do those kind of videos as well. Even some of my ice fishing videos have really stunk it up. So I don't really post them that much, but it's fun for me. So I'm going to have to keep on bringing those things in there and see how that goes. Android all the way, Apple sucks. I agree 100%. I've got a Android phone for my personal, and work gave me one of those Apple, I think it's an Apple 6 something. I don't know. I hate that thing with a freaking passion. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I don't know why anybody talks about iPhones like they're the bee's knees, but I would love if my work said, "Hey, Mark, we're going to give you this phone. It's yours now. You can do whatever you want with it." I'd probably throw it on a table and smash it with a hammer. Hello, my fellow Canuck. How you doing, Bacon Cartel? How you doing? An Apple 12. That's got to be twice as good as the Apple 6 that I got. It's so bad. I hate it so much. Yeah, you'd think, Ray, that they would have done it. I've had that phone now for about 5 years. I've had that phone for about 5 years, and it's just terrible. It's twice the garbage. Yeah, maybe you're right. I don't know. It thing's horrible though. I'm not a fan of it at all. I've never had a problem. I've never had a hiccup or anything with my Samsung. That thing is just solid. Every time they do an update, everything is good. Every time they do an update on my iPhone, something goes wonky. Sucks. I got two iPhone 6 and 8, and they're strong targets. Yeah. No back button. Yeah, tell me about it. Can we meet? I highly doubt it. Yeah, I think eventually I'll try to lean on them to get me at least something that's a little bit newer. When they gave me my phone, actually, it was a phone that the chef de kip, what do they call that in English? The lead hand of the mechanics had before, but he was removed for the position, and they gave it to me back when I was an operator. And the first day, I had the phone sitting in my breast pocket, and I clicked the button on my kicker to throw a tube over. But the guy who loaded up my machine loaded the pipe too close to me and not far enough back. And the kicker grabbed the pipe, a 20-foot pipe, schedule 40, 1 inch, or I can't remember the diameter of it, but it shot the pipe at me straight up and hit me right in the chest in the breast pocket, hit me right in the iPhone and shattered my screen. But I haven't changed the cover on it, so it's still all cracked and screwed up and everything inside there. But I'm not sure if it's the screen, if it's the actual screen under it, or if it's just the cover. But I took that pipe right off the chest and knocked me back like 4 feet. And anyway, I survived. The iPhone saved my life, but that's the only damn good thing the iPhone's ever done for me. Yeah, that would be crazy, eh? I still have a Nokia. Nokia was my jam for many years before I found Samsung. Grandpa bark for me. I got a bark for you. Hold on a second. I'm gonna enjoy this one. Oop. See you later, bro. Be careful, my fingers might get hurt. In my industry, Ray, there's many people. Like if you said give me 5, there's a lot of people who can't do it. There's a lot. Actually, if you want to have a story, I got a story for you. So I used to work on this flat bar machine. So basically what we would do is we'd take a giant coil of steel, depending anywhere from like a 1/2 inch wide to 6 inches wide, and we'd run it through this machine, and it would go through a series of rolls that would flatten the piece out, and then it would come out, and you had like a little 2 rolls that were like a guide, and 2 rolls that were like a deburr. So it would make the sides of the steel not sharp. And one time this guy comes in, and I'm talking to him in the morning. We're having our coffee just before the shift starts, and I'm like, "Hey, how's it going, buddy?" He's like, "Oh man, I'm so tired. I had a rough night of this and that. I didn't sleep, but I was drinking, partying with my friends, and now I'm just feeling like crap. I'm tired." I was, "Oh, just be careful today. Have a good one, buddy. See you later." Gave him a pound, and we went to work. I was a saw operator at that time, and he was running my flat part machine. Sure enough, the guy's got the remote to jog the machine forward to get it through the thing to feed the machine, and he attached it to his belt, and he was in the side adjusting the rolls. So you have like this kind of wrench, this handle that you would turn and bring the rolls in, and he went to go lean on it while he was grabbing the strip to make it even inside the rolls, and the machine hit the jog button, and at my work, the guys used to get mad at me because I would never wear gloves. And they're like, "Why aren't you wearing gloves?" You can get pulled into the machine with that shit. I don't like it. I would rather get little cuts on my hands than I would have my hand dragged in because it grabbed my glove. And sure enough, he leaned on the machine, grabbed the piece of steel like this, leaned on the machine. It jogged through, pinched his glove, pulled his fingers right through the rolls, and cut both of them off from right here. He went running around the shop with his hand up, freaking out, like, going crazy, in total shock, cut 2 of his fingers right off. And anyway, we got him stable, sat him down, wrapped him up, got his hand elevated. And at that time, we were trying to find his fingers. One of them we couldn't find. We called 911 to have an ambulance come to pick him up and bring him to the hospital. But the ambulance, Urgence Santé, is the company that runs the ambulances in our area, were on strike. And they're like, "Nah, it's not serious enough. You have to find your way to the hospital." So, is he having a heart attack? Does he have pains in his chest? Like, no, he just cut 2 of his fingers off, though. He can use some real proper first aid, but they wouldn't send anybody. So, one of my coworkers ended up throwing him into his car and drove him to the hospital. And we were searching around for his fingers. One of them was just totally mangled, and we couldn't find it. The other one, we were looking for it. We found the tips of the gloves, but we couldn't find the finger. We're like, "Man, where did his fingers go?" So sure enough, we're going through, we're checking his gloves, we're shaking them out, nothing's coming around, we're checking everywhere, all over the floor, in the machine, nothing. Fingers are gone. And then I go over to one of his gloves and I pick it up and bloop, pops a finger. But he was already gone to the hospital. And anyway, he never got them attached. And he's now got one thumb, 2 fingers, and 2 stubs. Yeah, that's the realities of living in the working in the steel industry. Wherever I tell everybody when all the new guys are coming in, and this is what I tell them all the time. Listen, this is a dangerous industry. Okay, let's set a timer. We're gonna have a 10-second conversation. So, hey, how's it going, man? I hope you had a good weekend. So today we're gonna be cutting this kind of steel. We're gonna be doing this kind of thing, and we're gonna have a really great time. We're going to move things around. We're going to load a couple of trucks. We're going to use the crane, and we're going to use the saw. 10 seconds. Now imagine this. Oh my God, somebody help me. I'm losing my fingers. Oh my God, I'm in the machine. Like 10 seconds is a really long time when you're in the worst pain of your life. So the first thing I tell them is the same thing every single time. Don't put your fingers anywhere you wouldn't put your wiener. You understand me, bro? This is horrible. So you can have big problems and big accidents. So just be careful. Do those kind of things. If you wouldn't put your wiener there, don't put your fingers. That's it. And some of the guys were like, oh, we thought we were just being fine. Words to live by. Yeah. And a lot of guys are like, man, I thought you were just being funny. But really, when I thought about it, I was like, oh, shit, he would be right. Yeah. So whenever I'm training a new operator, that's what I tell them. That's it. And don't put your hands here, put your hands there. Don't put your hands here, put your hands there. And that's it. And then after that, it's up to them to be careful. Actually, wiener is not the word I use. I tried to be a little bit more polite here. Shop talk is very different than public. Where am I from? I'm from Canada. Yeah. So after training a few guys and seeing a couple really gnarly accidents, yeah, you kind of get used to it after a while, and people losing body parts becomes kind of comical after. I probably know 7 or 8 guys that are missing parts. One guy was really bad. I know there's one guy that I work with here. He used to work on a tubing mill, and he's lost all of his fingers and his hand. Most of the skin on his hand was pulled off. I can speak a little bit of French, yeah. It's actually funny. I'm an English-speaking person, pretty clearly, but yeah, he's okay now. He's doing all right. I'm an English-speaking person, an Anglophone, as they call them up here in Quebec, but I do speak a lot of French at work. But the thing that's kind of funny is the people at where I'm at, like, I don't know what you guys call those winter hats you put on here, but for us it's a toque, and it's kind of like a French word for a winter hat or a beanie, I guess you guys call them. Those things you use to change your channel on a TV. You call it a remote control. We call it a manette, which is like a French word for a thing that changes the channel. What else? We got a few other words that we go back and forth on. Like I was trying to look for the English word of a lead hand, but out here it's called a chef d'équipe. So, yeah. Oh, you speak a little bit of French too, eh, Ray? Yeah. So, and toboggan. Yeah, toboggan's another one. But toboggan, I think, is a native word. It's not a French word. Can I say pineapple in French? Yes, a pineapple in French is an ananas. So that's what we do pretty much. We got a lot of words that lead man, lead hand, chef de kip, it's all the same thing. Yeah, a chapeau was just a hat, though. Hey, Paul, how's it going? So we have we say we speak Fringlish up here in Quebec. There's a lot of guys that they're French speakers that they use some English words, and there's a lot of English people here that use some French words because we've been so mixed up for so long. It's kind of like people switch back and forth. Yeah. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah. Hey, how you doing, Lucas? Oh, guys, I'm just looking at the time. I've got something in the oven. It's going to go off in about 10 minutes. So I think we might have to wrap this one up. We've been at it for 2 hours and 51 minutes or something like that, almost 52 minutes. I'm going to have to wrap this one up. So I'm going to go down there, eat some breakfast, and I'm going to get to work and put a video together for you guys to check out a little bit later. But I want to thank all of you guys for stopping in today, chatting with me. I hope you enjoyed the live and got something out of it. I know I did. It was a lot of fun. And we'll see you again soon. I want to give a big round of applause to all my my moderators. Did a fantastic job today getting rid of these trolls for me. It was really great, and had some good conversation. So thanks a lot, guys. You guys take care, stay safe, get out and practice, be good to each other. I will see you again soon. I love you guys. You're freaking awesome. Hopefully I'll catch you on the live later on today. Bye for now.